from the temple. So in this cave in EnGedi, we have this wonderful waterfall. This is what the prophecy says, that the streams will go forth, bringing life to the trees and fish. In EnGedi.
Okay, in this message we are going to talk about the fountain, the spring of living waters that is going to come forth from the temple. Okay, no matter where your idea of where the temple is, there is going to be a spring that's going to come out of the temple. And God is going to do this. Only God is going to do this, and only this is going to be our, proof and evidence. Not only this, but with everything that we're sharing on this playlist, which I encourage you to watch, the true location of the temple. We have a prophecy, something that is going to happen in the future, which will clearly show us the location of the temple. How this goes about, well, I'm not going to speculate, and I apologize for any wind, but let's go through all the verses about this spring, this fountain. There's going to be a new fountain, okay? Not any old fountain or water source in Jerusalem, but there's going to be a new fountain, a new spring that's going to come forth from the temple. Let's go to Revelation 7:14. And these ones which have washed their robes and made them white in the blood of the Lamb, therefore they are before the throne of God and serve him day and night in his temple. So the throne of God is going to be in a temple on the earth. And he who sits upon the throne will shelter them with his presence. And the Lamb in the midst of the throne will be their shepherd, and he will guide them to the springs of living water. So those springs of living water are in the temple, as you can clearly see it say there. And let's go through all of these verses that prove this very fact. Joel 3:17, and you shall know that I am the Lord your God, dwelling in Zion. We're out here in Zion, my holy mountain. And then shall Jerusalem be holy, and there shall no strangers pass any more. And it shall come to pass in that day that the mountains shall drop with new wine, and the hills shall flow with milk, and the rivers of Judah shall flow with waters. And a fountain shall come forth from the house of the Lord, and shall water the valley of Shittim. Okay, so we're going to look at all these verses of this fountain in Zion, this new fountain in the location of the temple. Zechariah 13:1. In that day there shall be a fountain opened to the house of the Lord and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem for sin and uncleanness. So it's going to be a new fountain. It's not going to be something that is the Gihon spring or anything else existing. There's going to be a new fountain that's going to come forth from the temple for this purpose, to cleanse, right? Because he is the living waters and he will cleanse us. Nahum 2, verse 6. They shall make haste to the wall. We're on the wall thereof, and the covering shall be prepared. The gates of the rivers, okay? The gates of the rivers, let's see. The gates of the river shall be opened, and the temple, okay, shall melt. Okay, so the gates, we're in the gates are in the wall, and then there's a temple that will flow with these waters, okay? A garden enclosed, this is my sister, my spouse, a spring shut up, a fountain sealed. Okay, this fountain is sealed. A fountain of the gardens of living waters, streams from Lebanon. Isaiah 43:19, behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall you not know it? I will make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. Okay. Now, the next one is Nehemiah 3. But the gate of the fountain repaired Shulem, the ruler, and he built it, he covered, and he shut up the doors and the locks. So, actually, what I want to do is show you the lock, because the lock is part of the prophecy. And that is this. It's a bolt. The bolt and the locks, okay? So that's what we saw as part of this prophecy, is you would need the key. So we told you before about the nail is the key to the house of David. Well, the key to the opening of the gates is a bolt. Okay, let's go back to Nehemiah and read that again. But the gate of the fountain, okay, so there's a gate, there's going to be an opening, a fountain, Okay? And they set up the doors thereof and the bolts and the bars. So it's open with a bolt. So a bolt is the key. All right? So this is what's going to happen. This is in the temple. These are all the prophecies about the temple having a new spring. Isaiah 33, verse 20 and 21. Look upon Zion. We're here in Zion, the city of your solemnities. Thine eyes shall see Jerusalem, a quiet habitation. A tabernacle shall not be taken down. None of the stakes or nails shall be moved, neither shall any of the cords be broken. But there the glorious Lord will be unto us a place of broad rivers and streams. Where? In the tabernacle. Where? In Zion. For the Lord is our judge and is our lawgiver. Now, lawgiver, we're going to see, is an important word. The same word is used at another time of an important spring. And in fact, let's quote that now. That's Numbers chapter 21 and verse 18. Spring up a well, sing unto it. The princes digged a well, the nobles, the people digged it in the direction of the lawgiver unto their staffs, okay, their walking sticks. So what we have is, this is Numbers, when the children of Israel wandering in the desert, they begin to sing about this song, Spring Up a Well. In fact, just before I was recording this, I did sing this song in a olive grove. So let's show you that. Spring up a well, spring up a well. Spring up a well, let the waters flow. The fountain of our God, come forth. Come forth, living waters. Come forth, living waters. Spring up, oh well. Let the staff of the elders break forth upon the spring of the King, and the fountain we will sing. Now, what's interesting about this verse is maybe this is what Moses was supposed to do, was to speak to the rock. We know that Christ was there. Christ is the living waters. He appeared there, okay? And he commanded Moses to speak to the rock. Well, what was he supposed to say? He doesn't say precisely, but another time they needed water, they sang, okay? Well, Moses was angry with the people and he struck the rock. Okay, now the waters came out, but this very thing was what made Moses have to go around and only view the promised land from Mount Nebo. He couldn't enter, okay? But we have this song, Spring Up a Well, sing unto the princes, digged a well, the nobles, the people, digged it by the direction of the lawgiver. Okay, we saw the lawgiver in Isaiah 33. Oh, it's windy, don't blow my stand. Okay, and now, next we have the temple. Ezekiel 47 talks about the temple. And it shall come to pass, the officials shall stand upon from EnGedi, okay? And there shall be a place spread forth in nets unto all kinds of fish to the great sea. All right, now, EnGedi is where this river is going to flow to, because it talks about it coming out in Ezekiel. Ezekiel 47 is talking about the temple. And he brought me again to the door of the house of what? The temple. And behold, waters issued from the threshold of the house. So the threshold is Ornan's threshing floor. And the waters are going to issue out. And they head eastward. And for the forefront of the house, they stood towards the east in the waters, and they came down from the right side at the south side of the altar. So wherever the temple is, there's going to be a spring. Okay, the spring is going to come forth. Now we know that there's prophecies of, cataclysmic events like an earthquake. We don't know exactly what those are, but there are earthquakes listed in the book of Revelation. There's even a fault here, a fault line very, very close to, actually right behind me. So we don't, I'm not going to say what it is, but let's watch this prophecy, guys. Maybe this happens and the Lord himself will give a indication of where his temple should be. Okay, so people can say a lot of things. We're putting forth a lot of information, a lot of supportive information. However, we're watching this prophecy, there's this bolt to the wall. The wall opens the gate, and there's a fountain gate, okay? And there's going to be somewhere here where there's going to be the temple, and it's going to go to EnGedi. Now, of course, we've been in Israel long enough to go to EnGedi a couple times. So let's show you some footage of EnGedi. Here at EnGedi, guys, are at the beautiful waterfall you see right here, David's waterfall. We've been doing the mikvah, and this is an amazing place. Sorry for all the noise, but this place, guys, is a place, I believe the cave somewhere around here is David's cave. But we'll show you in Ezekiel 47 the importance of EnGedi. Very strategic. Oh, mikvah. Here at the EnGedi, guys, the prophecy says that the river will flow from the temple to EnGedi. What you see behind me here is EnGedi and to the Salt Sea, or the Dead Sea. And that's what it says in Ezekiel 47 verse 10. It says there will be great fishers, there will be great fish. The river will be like the river of life, and bearing all manner of fruit trees and everything along the way. And so here behind me again, this is EnGedi. And the other way here, you see the river flowing from the mountains, going down. What it says is the river will flow, it will increase till there. Here's another good view of the river. Okay, so where's the true temple? Well, the true temple is going to have a spring. It's going to have a new spring for the uncleanness, for the sin of the people. Okay, the fountain of living waters. We know Christ is the fountain of living waters. Okay, let's give you references, guys, to the fountain of living waters. There's a lot of verses. I'm not going to read them all. Revelation 7:17, 14:7, 21:5, Jeremiah 2:13, 17:13, Zechariah 14:8, John 4:10, and 7:38. Talks about Christ as the living waters. So that's what's going to happen. The living waters are going to come forth wherever the temple is. They're going to come forth, and that's going to show us where it is. Okay. However this happens, let's watch. Okay. But thanks for watching, and I encourage you to watch our playlist on the true temple location. This one deals with a prophecy related to the temple. So we'll see. So thank you for watching, and God bless you.